When I was in high school, I was abused and I was raped and I was strangled and I was held at knife point and I had a loaded gun in my mouth. And this was done by a guy that I used to date. When I went over to his house, he told me all these people that he was sleeping with behind my back. So I told him I don't want to be with you anymore, and he just started choking me and took my keys and my phone, and he turned the shower on and told me that nobody could hear me scream. It went on for hours and hours, and he had me on the bed and he put a gun in my mouth, and he was just saying, like, this is what you wanted, this is what you wanted. And he had me by my hair in the garbage, and he put a knife to my throat, and he was telling me that I was dirty. And then he undressed me and he brought me into the shower. And he raped me. It was so awful. He went and got a bunch of medication and poured different medications from different bottles. He had made me take them. And and he told me that he was gonna kill both of us. I got in my car and I drove to school, and I had bruises on my neck, and I was in class and people noticed on my neck, and I didn't talk about it. I didn't want to tell anybody, and everybody knew something just happened to me, but I didn't want to say anything. School was almost over, and my guidance counselor came and saw me, and at that point the drugs started kicking in, and I was texting him and telling him, you killed me. And I feel my body shutting down, and I think I'm gonna die. And I was on a stretcher, and they're asking me my name, and they're asking me how much I weigh and where I live, and I didn't know any of it. I couldn't even answer basic questions about myself. And I just remember going into the hospital, and they took down all the marks that were all over my body. Really hurt my feelings that nobody believed me. I felt really alone. I felt like I didn't have anybody. I felt like they were blaming me, and like it was my fault. I was isolated. I didn't know how I was going to get past this situation. What really helped me get through this was when I found God, and I healed myself, and I had reconnected with my now fiance, Terrell. And the way he treated me from day one was so amazing, and I didn't even know that's what love felt like. When we first met, I had told him what happened because I knew he probably heard about it. Everybody's heard about it, and he believed me. Just recently, he went to a new barber, and there was people in there telling him that I'm crazy and I'm a liar and you should know about your girl. And then my ex had came in to the barber shop, and they almost got into an altercation. They went outside into the street, and he was saying what really happened and the truth, and telling Terrell that I was a liar, and that made Terrell have some doubt. I don't blame him for not believing me, but it does make me sad, and I can't wait for him to just know that I was telling the truth the whole time, and I would never ever make up anything like that.
First off, Steve, I'm here because I love that girl to death. There's not anything I could think of that I wouldn't do for her. I heard the story from like the rumors. I never actually heard it from either one of their mouths. So like when I got together with her, obviously it's one of like my biggest questions, like what actually went down. Like, and I don't even like really hearing about it. She told me about it, and I'm like, you know what? That's too much information for me. I don't want to hear about it. So throughout the years, we've had little different things come out. My family says like certain things, throw little jabs at me, say, hey, you know who you're dealing with. Like, this is what they're saying. Like, you know who you're dealing with. Like, just be careful.
I know it's really hard for you to tell the story and tell it. But then here you are in this happy relationship, and he's like, hey, I ran into that guy, and he's telling me something different. How did you feel about that?
At first, like, I was shocked. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Are you kind of asking me to tell you again? Like, I told you when we first met, like, I shouldn't have to. Being here, like, the way that everybody responds to me, like, I'm like, I am a survivor. Like, I did get through this. Like, I am using my platform. Like, I am doing what I have to do. And I just thank God for this opportunity, and all of your staff. Like, they were all very, very nice to me.
And that's why we do the show, so that people like you, when you went through something traumatic, that you could come out, speak about it, help your...
the future.
Right. Seleina, you came here today, and you took a lie detector test. And we asked you, on the day in question, did an ex-boyfriend make you take drugs against your will? You answered yes. On the day in question, did an ex-boyfriend strangle you against your will? You answered yes. On the day in question, did an ex-boyfriend have sexual intercourse with you against your will? You answered yes. On the day in question, is it true that an ex-boyfriend held you at knife point? You answered yes. On the day in question, is it true that an ex-boyfriend held a gun in your mouth? You answered yes. The results came back the same to each one of those questions, and it came back that Seleina told the truth.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You know, I feel terrible for you for the fact that every time you watch those clips, every time you see that show, you kind of have to relive this horrible experience a little bit. And that's got to be tough for you.
It is tough.
So we taped that last season. What's happened since you've been on the show?
A lot has happened since I've been on the show. I got so many people just flooding in. It was like a huge wave of love from people all over the country. Like, even people from other countries, like, writing me, telling me how much my story impacted them and how they feel safe to tell somebody they love, or people have told me they contacted the show. It was insane.
You're still in a relationship, I'm told, with Terrell?
We got married.
Oh, you got married?
Yes, we
Congratulations.
did. Thank you. We got married in Jamaica.
When did you get married?
In May, so a
In
few
May.
months ago.
Okay. Oh,
Look at us. That's my baby.
He's getting his pants wet.
Oh, yeah, we didn't care. We were like, we're never going to wear this again.
So that's great. So you got married. And,
Yeah, it was a dream. It was
and how's married life?
awesome. I didn't even think that I would be alive at this age, and I wish that I could go back and hug that little girl and say, like, don't worry, like, some crazy things are gonna happen. Like, I would never think that I would be married to such an amazing man that literally takes care of me, protects me. Like, I feel bad, like, talking about him to people, because I feel like other people's, like, my man cooks for me, my man cleans, like, he literally takes care of me, like, full on, and since day one. And I feel I would have never believed anybody if they were to say, hey, you know, one day when you get out of this relationship and you heal yourself and you're gonna find somebody that really loves you. And
Right. And then you almost feel like, oh my God, how did I?
I know, and then
relationship?
I have to look back and be like, girl, you deserve this because you went through a lot of crap to get here.
You're beautiful. This is for you.
Hey, baby.
You're the best.
Thank you for being so brave. Thank you for being you. Thank you for completing me. I never thought that in my 24 years of living I would have found my wife so early, and she literally completes me. There's not, when I struggle, she's right there to pick me up, and she's the perfect puzzle piece in this situation.
She completes me. Is that from a movie, right? What's the name?
No, that's
German.
real life, Steve.
No, I know you're going to continue doing a lot of good things for a lot of women out there.
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
Yes, she is.
I know you really are, and I'm.
Amazing woman.
Of all the guests on the show, I couldn't be prouder of anybody that's ever appeared on my show than you.
Oh my God, Steve,
Yeah,
stop.
I really. And I know that you guys are going to be happy and you're going to be together a long time. So
Thank you, Steve.
really great hearing from you, and I'm sure that we will be talking with you again at some point in the
good.
future.
I love it here. I really do. I can't thank you enough. You
I
really,
can't believe anybody ever said that.
really, you literally were used by God to, and for everybody that comes here, but to me personally, I know specifically, like, you were used to really make me, my victory happen. Like, it's been a long time coming.
Well,
Yes, it
I'm
has.
glad that my staff and I could do that for you,
Yeah.
and we wish you all the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.